Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful weekend, and thank you guys for being here with me today. To all my Canadian followers and subscribers and anybody out there from Canada watching, happy long weekend, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I am Canadian. Monday is a holiday here in Canada, but I will be trading on Monday with my American friends. Today we're going to go through the watch list for Monday, October 10th. So we'll get into that list right quick here, but I want to go over a couple things. Number one, the platform that you see here that I use, it's called TradingView. If you're looking to use a platform like this is how I chart all my trades, to know what I'm jumping into, what I'm getting out of, where my stop losses are, etc. If you're looking for something like this, you've never used TradingView before, if you go into the description, there's a link there. If you click on that link, it'll get you a free 30-day trial to TradingView's subscription-based services. It's free, 30 days, no obligations. You try it free for 30 days. If you decide to use it, you get up to $30 off of their paid subscription services. So go check that out if you're looking for a service like what you see on the screen here. I also have a trading Discord. So everything that I offer you guys, free or fee-based, is in that Discord. So I have a bunch of free channels in there, and then I've got a private portion of that Discord, and it's got live trading bots. It's got a 1 hour strat course that I've created, right from setups, entries, exits, the patterns, right up to broadening formations. So 1 hour chart for there. And that stuff can all be done through the Griswold Gold membership. The information for that, again, is in the Discord. There's also links in the description below for all of that stuff. But the Griswold Gold membership, guys, it gets you a one-on-one with myself, group sessions with the rest of the members, live trading bots, the Griswold Strat Indicator, which you can't find on TradingView, but it is part of TradingView. So link for that is in the description as well below. But all that stuff, like I said, can be found there. I'm also on Twitter. I stumbled there. I'm also on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. So if you have questions or comments, you can leave them there, or you can do the same thing down below in the comment section. And make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like the videos. So we can get started on this watch list. There's not very many plays, but let's get started and go through them. So the first one I've got on the list is BIDU. BIDU has a 2 down that finished green. So we're looking for a 1-2-2 rev strat back to the upside. And in that course I created, I go through all of this stuff for you guys. Breaks it down really, really simply. Okay, so inside bar, 2 down, finish green. We're looking for a 2 up on this one, and we're looking to fill that gap. Now, I tell you guys to look at time frame continuity all the time. So that's this, part of the Griswold Strat Indicator, as are these inside bars, the outside bars, the candlestick numbers that I've got here, and these highlights. This gold highlight is for a 3-1 setup. There's a blue highlight for a double inside bar setup. But we've got great time frame continuity to the upside here on the quarterly, the monthly, and of course the weekly, daily, and hourly show green. But when this opens up Monday, these are all possibly going to change, because if we trend down, we've got the hourly, the daily, and the weekly will all be red if we trend down in the morning. So we're going to look for a break to the high side. We're going to look for calls at 121.89. And our first target, usually, guys, I tell you to put it at the top of the candle. But when we have these gaps like this, there's no candle that fills this spot in here. Okay, so there's a gap, and we look to fill that gap. So the first target becomes the bottom of that wick. The next target becomes the top of that wick. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. If it doesn't, ask down below. I will help you guys out. So that's the play on BIDU. Next up, we can go to LTHM, Livent Corporation. Same thing, a 1-2-2 reversal back to the upside is what we're looking for. So we had this inside bar, 2 down. We're going to look for a 2 up. Okay, and as we open up, if we open up to the upside on Monday, we'll have that hourly, that daily, and that weekly. And when I'm taking these day trades, guys, I'm not in them for very long. Hour, 2 hours at most. An hour is a long time to be in on this trade. It really has to run in order for me to be in on this trade for an hour. So when I'm looking at scalping or day trading like that, I only need this hourly and this daily realistically in the same direction. If I get the weekly, it's a bonus. The monthly, a bonus. The quarterly, the yearly, all bonuses. then all that means is it's a higher probability that that trade works out. And that's what trading is, guys. We trade off of probabilities of what we know should happen based off of what we know. Okay, it doesn't always happen that way, but every trade, every strategy is based off of probabilities. This is probably going to happen because us as retail traders, we don't know what the next candlestick's going to be. We don't know if this thing's going to go 2 up. We don't know if it's going to go 2 down. We don't know if it's going to stay inside bar. We don't. And so that's why we play the probabilities of it. And that is where the risk comes in. There is risk in every trade. There is risk in every strategy. And the reason there is risk is because we trade off of probabilities. And when there's a probability and not 100% sure thing, there is risk. And it's how you manage that risk, how you manage those trades is what will make you become a successful trader. And I'm telling you, the more you listen to this stuff, the more you watch this stuff, the more you manage your risk and keep those stops tight and your losses small, those wins that you get will far outweigh those tiny losses. It's inevitable. It has to happen that way. So again, on LTHM, we've got this 2 down, finish green. We're going to look for calls at 30.15. And we've got good magnitude to the upside at 30.80. Magnitude meaning this space between this target and the trigger. And we're just looking to take some profit, at that target, or if it reverses in this range somewhere, okay? Next up, we've got DraftKings. DKNG, 2 up, finished red. So we are going to look for puts on DraftKings. I don't even have, there's the target for puts, the trigger for puts at $16.18. And then we've got the targets marked out. And it's the bottom of the candle. And then we've got the top of the candle because we have this gap between this candle and this candle. So let's fill that gap. Let's fill that gap. And then we can go to the bottom candle if it gets down that far. So we're going to look for puts on DraftKings at 16.18. And so when we're looking at these trades, guys, and I'm looking to take a strike price on this, I'm probably looking at $16 as my strike price. Okay, I take closest to the trigger and I take closest expiry. So on DraftKings, it'll be Friday. I'll take a Friday expiry on this thing, and that'll be it. I mean, if you want to take 15, I wouldn't. If you want to take 16.50, if it's there, 16.25, that's also something you could look at. Okay, but I wouldn't be looking at a $15 strike here because you're looking at $15 minus whatever the premium is. Let's call it 50 cents. So you're looking for it to go to 14.50. That's basically what you're saying. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money off of that, but I always take closest to the trigger price. Okay, that's how I do it. Doesn't mean that's how you have to do it, but that's my strategy when I do it. Ford Motor Company. We've got great time frame continuity to the upside. Again, we have to let them open to know what this week, this day, and this hourly are going to do. But we've got a 2 down that finished green, so we can look for calls at 12.30 and really great magnitude, 33 cents to the upside on Ford. That is our first target. And then the next target, again, we have to fill that gap, so we take the bottom of the candle first. That's on Ford. Ticker symbol M, that's Macy's. So Macy's 2 down green as well. We're going to look for calls on Macy's at 17.51. First targets marked out here for you guys on Macy's. Peloton, PTON. Peloton has an inside bar. Let's talk about inside bars. Actionable signal and a consolidation ticker. CyberDog talks about it. OG Trades talks about it. Inside bars, for anybody who's new, I believe are the easiest thing for people to look at. Okay, because they're easy to spot, they're easy to see. Because they don't break the high and they don't break the low of the previous candles. They stay within the range of the previous candles. So I'll take off these. I'm going to take these off for a second to just show you. See how it doesn't, look, here's the inside bar. We don't break this high wick and we don't break this low wick. We stay within the range of this previous candle. And so that's consolidating. That's consolidation. It's consolidating. Meaning it doesn't know which way it's going to go. It doesn't know if it's going up. It doesn't know if it's going down. It's a tightening range. And when you see these, if you have the Griswold Strat indicator and you see these yellow bars, I want you guys to think of a spring being compacted and being loaded and being tightened. And when it opens and breaks one of those things, when you let go of that spring, I want you to see an explosion. just like you did on this inside bar here. Look, we hit this trigger and we hit this target here, and then we hit more targets on the way up here. Okay, and the thing I love telling you guys, like, candlesticks tell a story. And just like when you're a kid, my kids are learning to read more fluently, especially my younger one. And the more she reads, the better she becomes at reading stories. And the more you read the charts, the better you will become at reading these stories. Okay, so every candlestick tells a story, just like this inside bar did. And I'm going to show you here. This inside bar said, if I break this wick, you can buy me. If I hit this target, you can sell me. If I hit this target up here, you can sell me. And it did exactly that. It did those things. So once you realize how to read the stories, learn to read what the candlestick story is telling you, it's going to help you immensely. But you need to learn this stuff. So you need to make sure you're subscribed down below. Make sure you're clicking that bell so you get the notifications when I send the videos out to you guys. Make sure you're watching those learning tool videos on how to enter trades, how to exit trades, how to manage your trades, okay, how to trade inside bars and outside bars. I go through all of that stuff for you guys. I've got 300 plus videos for you guys to learn this stuff. So we go through these inside bars. Okay, we have a high, we have a low. We have great time frame continuity to the upside. But if this trends down, the week, the day, and the hourly will all be red off of the start. So it's something that we look for. It can break either way. So we can look for calls at 882 and great target at 917, or we can look for puts at 840, and this target to the bottom side isn't as great on Peloton, okay? So if you have questions on that, make sure you're asking them down below, or get in on the Discord, and you can ask your questions there as well. Twitter. Hey, Twitter had this big run up. Is this our little dog leg down before we start going up again? We'll see. We've got a 2 down that finished green. We can look for calls at 49.52, and we can take first targets. And then we've got, I don't know how far back this goes. I was going to mark out second targets for you. Let's delete that, and let's just mark them in for you guys as second targets at the top of the inside bar, and then the third target would go there if we get that far on Twitter. So again, calls at 49.52, and we've got good magnitude to the upside on Twitter to hit those targets. XOM. Okay. XOM, guys. We're going to talk about a couple things here. Number one, we've got a 2 up that finished red. Okay, so we're going to look for puts at $100.18. And then we've got boom. 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 If anybody can type this in right now, what is this? What is this setting up for, looking for? Okay, we've got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. XOM, possibly. Now this isn't, it's a probability. It's based off of what we've seen in the past, what history shows us, off of setups. This is a PMG, a pivot machine gun. Okay, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. I have a PMG video, pivot machine gun video. You can go check that out to see exactly what this is. If we go 2 down, we have the possibility of hitting target, 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 taking out all of these targets as we come back down. Okay, that's what's called a pivot machine gun. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, pivot machine gun. XOM, we're going to look for puts at $100.18. XOP. Again, same scenario, guys. Okay, we're going to look for puts at 141.40, and we've got target 1, target 2, target 3. There's a gap fill, target 4, target 5. But again, we've got these, look, higher lows, 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 all the way up. And then we're going to look for pop, 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 all the way back down. Okay, that is a pivot machine gun. Okay, again, guys, if you find this information helpful, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you stick to this stuff for 6 months to a year, you will be successful at it. It's really hard not to if you put in the time and the effort to not be successful at this stuff, because You're learning it on a daily basis, and it's just going to become like breathing or eating or reading or blinking or any of the other simple things that we take for granted, speaking our language, anything like that. So do this, and I promise you, you'll be successful at it. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe down below, get in on that Discord, and I wish you guys good luck trading Monday. Have a great long weekend to my Canadian family, to my American family. We'll see you guys all on Monday for the trading day. Good luck, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.